What is going on, everybody? Welcome to It's Nothing Personal, Just Buffalo. I am your host, JTM. Got my co-host in the building with me, James Mallory, former NFL running back James Mallory. Put a little respect on that. Close game this week with the Bills and the New York Giants. Ugly game, some would say. Tough game, others would say. Either way, it's a W for those Buffalo Bills. Tonight, we had a good show lined up for you. We're going to be talking everything from, just overall recap of the game, our feelings about the game, to Ken Dorsey catching a little bit of hate. Caught a little straight from Hall of Famer Thurman Thomas today, all right? Got a little straight from Thurman. We're going to talk about the handshake that if you guys saw the video, and I have the video ready for you if you haven't seen it, post-game handshake between Giants head coach and former Bills OC, Brian Daboll, and Bills head coach Sean McDermott. It seemed a little icy, seemed a little tense. We're going to get James' thoughts on that. And I also have to talk about tonight, right? Does Tyrod Taylor, his time in Buffalo, is it overlooked and is it disrespected? I was in that crowd that night and I heard a lot of nasty things being said. The same things I don't hear being said about Ryan Fitzpatrick. I'm just gonna call that into play. All right. But we got a good show lined up for you tonight. James, what's going on? How's everything kicking out there? Congratulations to your Buffalo Bets winning a first playoff game this week. Gives no time to wander. Was it correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So yeah, we took care of business this weekend. Went well. So thank you for that, man. Yeah, we on to semifinals now. So got some tough games this weekend, but so hopefully we can come out on top. But we can go out there and have some fun.
Yeah, man. I was actually kind of upset I wasn't able to make it. Obviously, if you guys know, I was in Buffalo this weekend with the legend of the game, my guy Aaron Williams. We had a great time in Buff this week. Went all over the place. He had multiple appearances. It was a blessing to be able to be some type of agent for a weekend or something like that. It was pretty cool. Was trying to make it to your game, man. Just couldn't. Time just didn't line up. Couldn't make it this time around. I normally make it. So, but no. First and foremost, man, I gotta say this. All right, this was the second year in a row that I went to a Bills primetime game. Last year I went to the Packers game, courtesy of my guy Anthony Farrell. And this year I was really amped to go to this game, particularly this game. And man, I gotta say, dude, electric. Absolutely electric. Okay. If you've never been to a Bills primetime game, man, you got to get to one. And anybody, you got to get to one. That's the way to go. Took the family, great time, great time. Like I said, once again, courtesy of my guy, A. Will. I actually wanted to, if I can get up here fast enough, I actually have a video that I want to play from it. But overall, James, what was your thoughts of this Bills 14-9 victory? And I mean, like I said, every game is not going to be a blowout. It seems that people want blowouts every game. What's your overall thoughts on this one?
Overall thoughts was we got it done. It was ugly, not the way we would have loved it to be. But at the end of the day, we got it done. That's the most important thing, right? You win or you lose, and we won. So I would rather come out of that game 4-2 than 3-3, right? So it's just what it is, I am. How do I want to say it? I'm okay with it. Just wasn't pretty, but it's the NFL. Giants were a playoff team last year. It's a lot of talent. Saquon Barkley came back. Tyrod Taylor, I think, played really, really well. He didn't give you any opportunities for turnovers. The turnover battle is huge. He doesn't turn the ball over. He protects that football. And whenever you play a team like that, it's very difficult to beat them because they're not going to beat themselves.
Yeah, you know what? I was actually kind of surprised by. Well, I wasn't surprised by Tyrod's play. Obviously, it's been a quite a while since Tyrod Taylor has now played in Buffalo. But it was kind of as I remember, a guy he wasn't going to turn the ball over. He's going to make some plays with his legs. He was going to extend a few plays. He was going to keep you in the game, and that's one of the that I would like to talk about him tonight just a little bit in his tenure in Buffalo. It was much as I remember, a guy that was going to keep his team in the game. He wasn't necessarily going to win you the game, which we saw at the end, which a lot of Bills fans would say, hey, listen, this is what I'm talking about. He didn't get the job done. But at the same time, I would implore he put them in position to win the football game at the end. And I think right there alone, that's one of the most important parts. Had him down there in the yard line. And I absolutely thought, I'm not going to lie, in the crowd, I thought this one may have been over. When they got the penalty at the 1, I thought it may have been over. And I'm still shocked. I actually got a little bit of a Marshawn Lynch Super Bowl vibes by not giving that ball to Saquon Barkley. Listen.
You couldn't tell me they wasn't going to get the ball to Saquon Barkley. But to be honest with you, to be fair, they were stuffing the goal line. So I understand it. Would I have done it? No. I would have been like, listen, we are going to run this ball with our moneymaker. We're going to get it.
Yeah, I'm giving this ball to Saquon. I was a little shocked. I mean, obviously, if you're not going to give it to Saquon, your second option is going to be Darren Waller. Those are your two big guys, okay? And honestly, it was a pretty damn good throw.
It was.
It was a good throw. We got to talk about that. We definitely got to talk about it tonight with that penalty, okay? But before I move forward, I told you guys I really wanted to have that video for you. And this was my view from the field. I was actually blessed by the Bills organization to be given a entertainment pregame guest pass to go on the field with Aaron. And it was actually pretty funny because when they were ushering the family and friends off the field, me and I was with shout out to my guy Devin Smith, Aaron's boy, came down from Salt Lake City, former Cowboy Steeler and trying to organize a cornerback. When they ushered off the field, we were in line. I had never been on the field like that before. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I'm going, and the Bills organization came and grabbed me and him and said, no, you guys get to stay on the field. I'm like, oh, I get to stay on the field during pregame? Oh, great. So this was just a little video view of what I had, and just hopefully you guys just feel electricity through the video. All right. So James, you've played in a lot of big games in your lifetime, right? And absolutely. I mean, like I said, I'm not a player. Okay, I've never been a huge player. The closest I ever got to a game like that was coming through the actual tunnel with Turner Carroll back in the day where we lost the St. Mary's in the championship, right? I have never felt like anything like that in my life before. Just those overall vibes and just the crowd, the electricity. I've never felt anything like that. It gives you chills. And I just remember Aaron saying, doing drills between, like, give me some pads. It made you want to run that field.
It does. Honestly, that's why I can't really go to games. Because I still get the itch to play. Like, I do. Like, I really still physically feel like I can play. And when that happens, I'm like, yo, I'm ready to roll. I'm ready. Like, listen, like the competitive juices get flowing, man. It's just an atmosphere like that, man. Like, that's what you want to play in front of. If you're a football player, you want that. And I think that's why Buffalo, a lot of people are starting to sign in Buffalo for less money and sacrifice to come here because of that type of environment. Bills Mafia is awesome, man.
And you know what? That's the thing about it too, man. When we talk about that, and you bring up a good point about playing in Buffalo or playing and earning that right to play in those type of games. Because now it's like when we're looking at the schedule release every year, we're looking like, all right, how many primetime games we got? We got 4, we got 5, we got 6. That's such a privilege. This is week 6? And we've played in 2 primetime games already?
Yep.
and probably got another 2 or 3 to go.
Yeah. Was it 3? We got Tampa. We got the Miami game probably gonna be flexed.
Oh, absolutely.
We got New England.
Yeah. Yeah, we have about 3 more to go. So, like I said, absolutely. Loved every minute of. So, special shout out to Sam Tiger, NFL agent, and Aaron Williams for allowing me to work with them this weekend. It was awesome. Hopefully, more to come in the future. As I start, just being a guy around. I don't know what the hell I do, but no, moving forward into this game, man. No, I thought the Bills played the defense. I thought they played very well. I thought they brought it. I thought that they actually helped this offense up because I thought, be honest with you, right before halftime, if the Giants don't blow the 8 to the clock before halftime, this game is totally different. Even if they come out at halftime with 3 and you get to the same situation where it's 14-12, the Giants win this game probably on a chip shot field goal from Graham Gano.
Yeah, but we can say it, but the game called different though. You call a game different. You call a different type of game.
Yeah.
The scenario is different. I think the game changes. I really can't say that because I think things change.
But it was a big blunder. It was huge.
It was.
You pretty much gave away, and like I said, nothing's guaranteed in this league. But they gave away almost a guaranteed 3 points. Like I said, that's closer than an extra point.
Yep, because you're 100% right. But I look at it like, if that's the case, then one of those field goals, the Bills probably go for it on 4th down instead of kicking the field goal, trying to make it a little closer. And so it's a lot of different scenarios that change. I really can't say that because you coach different. The scenarios are different. I think it's a huge. It's different. It's different.
It makes sense. It makes sense. But no, I thought that they really blew that one there. Overall, I thought that this was a close game, and I thought it would be, honestly. I don't think the Giants is your normal 1-5, 1-6 team at this point in time. They still have a lot of talent on that roster, especially on the defense. I think they lack receivers right now, especially waiting for a couple guys to develop like a Jalen Hyatt and things of that such. And obviously getting Saquon Barkley back that day didn't help the Bills at all. But they contained it for most part of the game. He had 2 big rushes. I think it was the third quarter. He had the 2 long runs.
Yeah. He started getting chunks.
Yeah. And eventually it's going to happen. It's very hard to keep a guy like that contained all game. He is who he is for a reason. All right. Outside of that, shifting gears to the offensive side of the ball. Ken Dorsey is getting a lot of heat right now. And we have to bring up the question. Honestly, is it fair game? Is it deserved or is it ridiculous? James, I know how you feel about Ken. I know how you feel about this offense. And I also know how you feel about, sometimes the pettiness of fans. So what do you got with Ken Dorsey here?
It's ridiculous.
Ridiculous, okay.
This offense, if you want to go analytics, this offense is better with Ken Dorsey than Dable. If you want to go to the analytical side, right? If you want to go to the film side, this offense is better. I mean, that's just what it is. This offense is better. I just don't understand what the Bills fans really want. If whatever he does, they want more of. Okay, he comes out, we throw the ball for 350 and we win by 2 touchdowns. Oh, Dable we still got to have balance in offense. He got to run more. Okay, runs more, we win by 10. Well, we should be passing more. We won by 14 last. I mean, you just can't win with some of these fans. I think he's a really good offensive coordinator. I think we're lucky to have him. I think we're on borrowed time because I think he should have got a head coaching job last year, to be honest. I think we're looking at him because remember, a lot of fans wanted to run Dable out. Let's not forget, they wanted to run him out.
That was one of them. I'm sorry.
They wanted to run him out, and now he's doing well. He's doing well. I like what he's doing. He's learning. He's growing.
Oh.
I think it's ridiculous to dog him.
Yeah. Okay. This topic gets me a little fired up. All right.
My guy D-Dot watching. D-Dot, you know.
So I get a little fired up on this one, right? Because when I look at the film, I don't even look at the film. I can watch the game and see it. I'm seeing a lot of things that we did not have with Brian Dable. I'm seeing pre-snap motion. You never saw pre-snap motion with Brian Dable. A couple of trick plays here and there, but never pre-snap motion. I'm seeing dedicated run games to all three of your running backs. Didn't see that with Brian Dable. He was okay with just giving the ball to Frank Gore most of the time and just someone who could protect. He felt could protect the football. I'm seeing Stephon Diggs, most importantly, Stephon Diggs being moved around. Important 3rd and 2 play. What do? You shift Stephon Diggs to the backfield. You run him out into the slot. Into the flat. Quick first down. You never saw that with Brian Dable. Don't tell me you ever saw it because it never, ever happened. Matter of fact, I don't even think I even seen Stephon Diggs ever line up in the slot hardly under Brian Dable. Never moved him around to get him the mismatch. Never did it. Say what you want to say. Never did it. You're using James Cook the right way. You're losing Latavius Murray the right way. Prayers for Damon Harris. Thank God he's safe and he's okay. You're using Damon Harris right way. I would like to see Damon used a little bit more. I will throw that in there. I would love to see him used a little bit more in this offense, but you're using them the right way. Is he going to find a way to get Kincaid involved? I think he will eventually as the season goes on. Dawson Knox, listen, it is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be.
We should have made that a topic tonight because I'm going to be on my JT-ish with that, man.
I don't even want to talk about it no more. Listen, it's a bad investment at this point in time. Good guy, great player. Not great player. He's above average player, but it was a bad $40 million investment. And honestly, if we would have lost this game to the Giants, you can never blame a game on one play. But that drop on 3rd and 8, which led to the missed field goal, would have ultimately ended the football game if he catches that ball. And we're not even talking about this and a penalty on Teron Johnson and missed kicks by Bass. We're not talking about it. But I don't even get into that right now. Okay. Overall, this offense, in my opinion, as I have to agree with you, has been better with Ken Dorsey. If you want to look at what Brian Dable's offense look at the Giants last year.
We just seen it.
Yeah, we literally just seen it. Like, it hasn't changed. You know why the Giants are 1-6 and getting their ass kicked? Because there's no creativity in their offense. He's never learned how to use other players outside of his stars or his key players. And that's why they're struggling. Last year, Daniel Jones' legs won them a playoff game and got them to the playoffs. Now, all of a sudden, this year, Daniel Jones sucks. They need to get rid of him. No. And I'm not saying Daniel Jones is franchise quarterback. Hell, I don't know. I think he's okay. I think he's good enough to get by with. I don't think that he's that bad. But I will tell you, I saw Brian Dable here for multiple years, and the only thing that saved his ass was having Josh Allen at quarterback. Didn't do anything previous to Josh Allen. He was a failed offensive coordinator.
And we use Josh Allen like a running back a lot and put him, yeah.
I'm going to say it again. He was a failed offensive coordinator before Josh Allen. We picked him up from Alabama. Okay, and he was lucky enough to be blessed with Tua and Jalen Hurts. And Mac Jones is a 3rd string. Throw that in there. All right? Either way, moving forward, back to Dorsey. There's so many things within his offense and new wrinkles within his offense. He's found ways to effectively use Deontay Hardy. He's found ways to try to use Dawson Knox when he chooses to catch the football. He's used James Cook. He's used Latavius Murray. He needs to use Khalil Shakir a little bit more, I think, right? But the biggest thing is he needs one more weapon. So that's why I think the heat is ridiculous. This offense is missing something. It's missing a very important piece of that receiving core.
Is this the time to talk about that, JT?
No, but we're coming to that about necessarily with the deadline.
You know I'm messing with you.
No, but we are going to talk about that tonight. But
Oh yeah,
he's missing a very important piece. He doesn't have a lot of receivers that can beat zones. I was looking at the PFF stats tonight about the coverage. This team really struggles versus zone outside of Stephon Diggs. And like I said, the impact from Gabe Davis as being your number 2, it's not really there.
Yeah.
It's not there. So, would you got any more on Dorsey in this offense and the heat he's receiving?
No, I think that he's a really, really good offensive coordinator. I just don't understand what else people want. I mean, the teams we play and get paid too.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing, right? And I'm going to go over these numbers, okay? Obviously, the Bills had 2 missed field goals and a fumble from Gabe Davis on the opposite side on the Giant side of the field. Let's just say Bass hits those 2 field goals and Gabe Davis on fumble, you get 3 there. You're really talking at that point possible 23 points, a minimum of 23 points left on the board, correct? Well, Let's go through some of these NFL scores for this week here. Bengals, high-powered offense, right? They win 17-13. Let's see. Browns, 49ers, 19-17 win. Lions, one of the hottest offensive teams in the league, aren't they? 20-6 win. Oh, look at those Eagles and Jets. The Eagles moved to the Jets, 20-14. Chargers, Justin Herbert, right? High-power offense, lost 20-17. What I'm saying is you're not always going to score 30 to 40 points in an NFL game. It's not.
And the thing is with Miami, people will say Miami. The problem is when they don't score 40, what happens?
They lose.
That's the problem. When they don't score 40, what's going to happen?
Yeah. This isn't college. This isn't Oklahoma or Texas or Florida State going against Northern Alabama or Virginia Tech right now. This is NFL players. This is professional players. There's not even a ton of blowouts in the NFL.
No.
The parity level is not as far as you think it is. A lot of games are won and lost by 1 or 2 drives in the third or fourth quarter.
It's 4 to 5 plays to make a whole game. That can change the whole outcome of a game. If even in a 20-point game, 4 or 5 plays you can always turn to.
Right. But like I said, I'm with you. I think that the heat is ridiculous. I know you've been saying it's ridiculous. I think that if anything, he's a top 5 play caller in NFL. I love the wrinkles. Look at Deontay Hardy touchdown last week to take was that the one to take the lead? No, Quentin Morris took the lead.
That was the first touchdown. Yeah, that was the first touchdown.
Guess what? Think about it. Go back to the Jaguars loss. They tried to run a very similar play to Khalil Shakir. Ran the same play almost this week.
But he had a wiggle.
Right.
Shakir ain't got the wiggle.
Right. And what did he do? Ran the same play pretty much, but switched to personnel. That's a good OC. Brian Dable never switched anything. Prove me if I'm wrong. Prove me wrong, people. I don't think I am on this one, and the Giants' offense proves it. But moving on, there was an interesting handshake. Okay, interesting handshake at the end of the game with McDermott and Brian Dable. Some people say it's something, some people say it's not. And it brings me to the question, is there bad blood somewhat there between Sean McDermott and Brian Dable? So
they don't rock with each other. They don't rock with each other, JT. Let's get right to it, JT. They don't rock with each other.
Wait, let me ask you, have you seen the video?
I have not. But I don't think they rock with each other. I have not seen the video.
Well, that is what I'm here for. I got you covered. Let's check this out. Listen, man. When there's smoke, there is fire.
They didn't rock with each other during the season when they was with the Bills. I mean, we know that. No, you don't have to like people you work with.
No, you don't. You don't have to work with. There's a lot of people that you work with that you don't like. A lot of people you play with that you don't like. There's a lot of family members that you share blood with that you don't like. Listen, some people will say it's nothing. I'm going to say it's something there. We've seen Sean McDermott have more meaningful handshakes with Bill Belichick, Mike McDaniel already this season, and just other coaches in tough games. That was a good game, coach. I'm out of here.
Yep.
That doesn't look like a guy that you worked with multiple years, that you went to AFC Championship game with. So that was not that type of handshake. Now, mind you, I've said before, not at liberty to say what happened in the offseason. I just know that the Giants and Brian Dable pulled some BS. And I personally think that's where this is stemming from. And if that's the case, I 120,000% agree with Sean McDermott. There's certain things you just don't do, especially the people that you said you rock with. Does he respect Brian Dable? Yeah, I think he respects him. But also, James, I want to go back to the Brian Flores lawsuit too. Remember, Brian Dable was named in that lawsuit where it was released that he wasn't going back to Buffalo anyway. Even if he didn't get a head coaching job, he was going to make a lateral move and not go back to Buffalo.
Forgot about that.
So I need talk to me, man. Give me something on this.
Yeah, I mean, it's a situation where those two just didn't get along. They didn't rock with each other, and like you said, they were already going their separate ways. It's more like, hey, listen, we got to go through this process of the handshake or the slap, whatever that is. And that's what they did, and they kept it moving. That's what it looked like right there. That's what it looked like to me, JT.
Yeah. It looks like, man. Listen, let's just go back to their time in Buffalo. Okay. Brian Dable pretty much got this job because Sean McDermott couldn't find anyone else to hire. He didn't have a pipeline. His pipeline was from Andy Reid. Well, that pipeline all had head coaching jobs already. The Frank Wrights, the Matt Nagy's, I think Eric Bieniemy was under Andy Reid at that time. There was nobody for him to pick from the tree. And Ken Dorsey was not ready yet to be an OC. So Brian Dable comes here. He takes his job. Once again, I want to once again remind everybody, before he got to Buffalo, he had been an OC 3 times. And all 3 times he was let go after his first season after one season OC. The Browns, the Chiefs, and the Dolphins.
Yep.
This was probably his last chance to be an OC and prove himself. Because if he got fired again, that was it. He was going to be a quarterback's coach or some quality control coach or a tight end coach for the rest of his NFL career. That was what's going to happen, most likely. Comes to Buffalo. He gets Josh Allen. He gets blessed with Josh Allen. And he gets a head coaching job. But there was always bad blood with those two, or tension, when McDermott wanted the Bills to focus more on the run game. And Brian Dable deliberately refused to. Sean McDermott wanted Josh Allen to have less designed runs. Brian Dable pretty much refused to. He called him out multiple times in the press.
Once again, bad blood, JT. Bad blood, JT. You know those two don't rock with each other.
They don't. And then, do you think, let me ask you this question. I really want to know your opinion on this one. With him taking the Giants job, obviously, you know, when a coach takes a job or coordinator takes a head coaching job somewhere else, he is going to pull some of your staff.
Yeah.
It's always going to happen. Do you think that he pulled some guys that he didn't want pulled, or do you think it was something behind the scenes of that as well, possibly?
Maybe he started pulling people before he actually even got a job.
Didn't think about that. The old, hey, if I get this job, would you come with me?
Yep.
You know what? Makes a whole lot of sense. So I'm going to say, I agree with you. Definitely bad blood. These two they were colleagues, but they certainly ain't friends.
Yeah.
They respect each other, like you said, but they ain't rocking with one another. It ain't happening. So, it is what it is. All I know is good luck to you. Look at Brian Dable, because I know if things go south in New York, in this year and next year, it's going to be a hot seat because it's going to be quick. It's a big market. People are going to be saying, let's please bring Dable back to Buffalo for Josh Allen. Listen, not happening. Don't start. Don't think about it. It ain't happening. So Rob Robertson makes a good point. Let's all remember what happened after his sideline outburst to Josh Allen. McDermott pushed his butt to the box. 110% definitely happened. I remember that was the Patriot game. Was that the game that was the Patriot game? Was that the one that he got a concussion? I think it may have been when he got a concussion.
I can't remember if he did. Yeah. But I remember that though.
Yeah, remember that. So just saying, listen, there was always tension, and McDermott kept them around. But moving on. Next topic I want to talk about tonight, right? We got to talk about the final play with Teron Johnson. I got to know, James. Do you think that the final play was a penalty?
I think both of them, the play before and that, were bang plays. The first one shouldn't have been called.
Mm-hmm. Right.
The second one should have been called more than the first one. So it's kind of like a makeup deal to me. Because that first one shouldn't have been called.
Mm-mm.
So I'll have to say it's like a makeup deal.
I agree with you. I thought that the first one was like, he could let that one go. The second one was worse than the first one by a mile. I mean, listen.
It may not have been because Waller didn't wild out and act a fool when the penalty wasn't called. If he felt it was bad, he would have acted differently, in my opinion.
Well, on TV, at the game, he was going to the ref and talking to him and putting his hands out. He did. I don't know if they showed it on TV. I didn't see it. So he did.
I didn't see that.
And then some of the Giants players were like running like, where's the flag? Listen, they got away with one on that second one. Listen, if Teron Johnson is not an NFL cornerback, he definitely has a future in UFC MMA because he held that man so mad he still got him in the clinch, and we 3 days away removed from the game. He still got Waddle locked up. There should have been a flag on the second one, and listen, I'm a Bills fan. I get it. I'm glad they didn't throw it. It is what it is. But for respect to the game, it was definitely a penalty. It was holding, it was pass interference, whichever one you want to call. Now, I do know Waller had his hand extended too, and there was a lot of hand fighting there. But that's
what they probably were thinking.
Yeah. But I think it's more you. I think it was just a makeup call. Because, listen, if you call both of these penalties back to back and the Giants somehow win this game, there's going to be a lot of media reaction to get two penalties called back to back like that.
Yeah.
It's almost similar to the NBA and going to the basket with 2 seconds left. Just know, when you go in there, you may not get that foul call.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I thought it was definitely a penalty, but hey, as they say in life, sometimes you're the hammer, and sometimes you're the nail. In this instance, the Giants and Darren Waller, the second time around, just happened to be the nail.
Yeah. Got another opportunity, so he can't beef.
Can you imagine if that ball's completed and Tyrod comes back to Buffalo and beats the Bills? Sunday Night Football.
Come on, popping your balloon.
So, hey. Oh, well. I thought it was a penalty. The refs didn't. Bills win. It is what it is. Too bad. Like I said, hey, honestly, it's probably better for the Giants anyway. At this point in time, you just want, you don't want to throw it in the towel, but let's get that. They're probably better off getting a draft pick at this point in time.
Yeah.
So that moves me on to the next thing I want to talk about. Tyrod. I feel, and I tend to feel to this day still, that Tyrod's time in Buffalo is disrespected. Okay. I see so many other quarterbacks or so many other players that get glorified for their time here at the Buffalo Bills. And personally, I love every player that put on a Buffalo Bills uniform mostly, okay? But I feel like for whatever reason, Tyrod gets disrespected the most when he came in and he made Buffalo somewhat of must-see TV. He was electric. He was fun to watch. Okay? He was a very good leader. If you watch that game the other night, you could see how some of the Bills players, even Micah Hyde, chose to let up on some hits, help him off the ground, speak with him, talk with him. You know what I mean? You can see the respect level that he's garnered, not just in Buffalo, but around the NFL league in his career.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just don't understand why he's so disrespected for his time here in Buffalo, in my opinion.
Ungrateful. Some ungrateful people. We had some bad quarterbacks came through here.
Yeah.
He's one of the top quarterbacks in Bills franchise history.
Yeah.
Let me say that again. He's one of the best quarterbacks in franchise history. And yes, he's better than Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, absolutely.
That guy came in. He got the job done. He got us over that hump. Before him, we went 17 straight years. Y'all know we don't want to bring back any bad memories, but that it is what it is. That man came in here, took care of business. He took care of the ball. Was he a perfect quarterback? Was he flawed? Absolutely. Was he a perfect quarterback? No. Was he a good quarterback? Yes. Was he a playoff quarterback? Yes. Was he successful? We know this answer. Yes. So I definitely think some people are disrespecting his time here in Buffalo, but I don't think everybody is.
I actually loved him here in Buffalo. And like I said, I felt like he made you want to watch the Bills even more. All right. Like I said, he didn't turn the ball over. He wasn't going to lose you a game. Obviously, it's the big problem with Tyrod here in Buffalo for a lot of people was he wasn't necessarily going to win you one. But at the same time, since Jim Kelly exited the building, there wasn't a lot of quarterbacks that came in this building winning games anyway.
Well, let me put this out there, JT. The same fans who wanted him to throw the ball and take more chances are the same fans that criticize Josh Allen for taking chances and throwing interceptions. Let that sink in.
That's true. That's true. It can be wishy-washy at times. When I look at it like this, right? We used a first-round draft pick on J.P. Lawson. It didn't work out. We traded a first-round draft pick for Drew Bledsoe. Didn't get us over the hump. We signed Ryan Fitzpatrick and gave Ryan Fitzpatrick $63 million and got out of that deal almost immediately because it wasn't working out. And then there was name after
first again.
Yeah, we got first round for Drew Bledsoe. Yeah,
wow. I don't know why I thought it was a second or a third. Wow.
No, it's first round. Yeah, first round. This man, whatever you want to say about him, and you could say whatever it is that you want to say, but what you do have to say is he broke the drought.
Yep.
And you can say, hey, well, it was the defense, it was this, it was LaShawn McCoy. We can say all these different things. But what you have to say is he was the quarterback that broke the drought. And I remember fans clamoring for Nathan Peterman to come in because Tyrod wouldn't throw the ball on the field. And Nathan Peterman proceeded to throw the most interceptions and a half in NFL history in a disastrous display. Probably the worst quarterback performance I have ever seen in a matter of about a span of 30 minutes of watching the football.
I agree.
And it made a lot of people not like Tyrod. They didn't like him after that. They just didn't say anything because there was no point. Yep. So when I'm in this crowd and I'm hearing these people yell all these nasty things about Tyrod, I just wonder if they yelled these same things about Ryan Fitzpatrick. If they yelled these nasty things about Drew Bledsoe. Because arguably, now, no disrespect to Drew. Drew put up some numbers here. Major numbers. Bills not making the playoffs really wasn't fully on Drew. And the defense was actually terrible. But that being said, why do we love Ryan Fitzpatrick so much and hate Tyrod Taylor? Ryan Fitzpatrick, the Ryan Fitzpatrick that people came to love, the clutch Ryan Fitzpatrick, that Ryan Fitzpatrick was far removed from Buffalo when he became that. I just don't, I don't get it. All I know is, man, people need to give us his credit, and I hope when he retires that they do bring him back and he's possibly a legend of the game and things of that such.
Well, if McDermott's still here, I guarantee you that happen.
Yeah. He, I think people don't say about him is how good of a leader he was. He was a very good leader. So,
very good leader.
That being said, man, end of the day, if you want to go by the numbers, Tyrod Taylor's numbers here in Buffalo were 22 and 20. He threw 51 touchdowns, 16 interceptions as a Buffalo Bill. And his QB rating was a 92.5. Like you said, was he perfect? No, he wasn't perfect. But like Jason Tao says, he made a good comment here. Tyrod was the perfect who we needed at the time. His veteran play and consistency allowed McDermott to focus on getting his defense right. Yeah. And that's exactly what you need as a defensive-minded coach. You need somebody who wasn't going to turn the ball over. And
Jason, thank you.
Yeah, great comment. And you know what? When the defense got there and Tyrod couldn't get the offensive hump, then you did the right thing. It was time to go get who you got now, like a guy like Josh Allen. Smart move. All parties were correct on this one. Okay, and Patrick Scanlon also says he gave us consistent production at the position we haven't had since Jim Kelly at the time. Rob says Tyrod made it exciting. Just always wanted to see a little bit more out of him. And I think, like I said, can't disagree with that. So, but moving on to the final topic of the night, probably the one that I know it's the one you want to talk about the most, right? A lot of fans talking about this. Obviously, the NFL trade deadline is coming up. A lot of rumors flying. We're not hearing much on Buffalo, as we normally don't. It's very quiet here in Buffalo. Yeah. Are there any necessary moves, in your opinion, that need to be made for the Buffalo Bills?
Well, Leonard Fournette got that whole visit got canceled for today.
Why do you think that is? Matter of fact, before you go further, why do you think that happened?
Well, one, I think they probably thought they might have lost Damian Harris for a while. Number one. Number two, I think they opened to see what Ty Johnson gonna
do. So let me ask this question. Maybe you probably know the answer better than I would on this one. So if you're in a practice squad, you get offers from other teams and you can choose to take the offer?
Yeah, you can get offers from other teams to come on the active roster.
And they said, because I was reading that they were saying that they thought Ty Johnson was going to leave. So maybe he had some offers on the table he was looking at and he chose to stay.
Yeah, somebody can pull you from a practice squad and sign you to a active roster.
But you have to accept that deal because, like, you're a free agent technically.
You got to be able to do that, yeah.
All right. Very curious. I mean, obviously, the visit didn't happen. I think those two things make a lot of sense. Outside of the Leonard Fournette, whatever we were doing there, do you think Brandon Beane and company need to make any moves? And if so,
Absolutely.
What position? And what are you giving up?
You got to go get a wide receiver. You have to. I'm sick and tired of people talking about the cornerback position. We got enough in that room to win right now, period. Linebacker, our rookies are looking really damn good right now.
Yeah.
Kincaid, Williams, obviously Torrance, the big lineman.
Yep.
They're looking damn good right now. And we got to go get a wide receiver that can create separation, period. Somebody that can win outside of Stephon Diggs. Gabe Davis, I love him, but that's not what he's doing. He's not creating that separation. We need to go get somebody that creates separation. I'm not saying a fast 4-2 guy. We're not looking just at a speed guy. We're looking for somebody that can win now. Catch quick slants, take them 8-9 yards. Those type of things. We don't have that besides Diggs right now. We got to get a wide receiver. I'm willing to give up some draft compensation, 3rd, 4th round pick to get that.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think I like what I see, but I think we got to get a receiver like yesterday.
So man, D Dot says Williams was fitting the run very well for the Vikings. He was actually very good in coverage too. He had some pretty good coverage stats in the game too.
He a baller. He can fly around.
Yeah. Rob says slot. What kind of receiver are you thinking, James? And actually, I have a theory on this one too, and I'll let you answer that.
I think we got to go outside guy. You can move Diggs in the slot. You can move him around. We got to go get outside guy.
Okay. So that brings
me would have been perfect, man. He would have been perfect. Man, I'm still mad about that. But if Tennessee releases him, if it doesn't work out, D-Hop will end up here.
Yeah, because he's gonna get his money from Tennessee anyway for most of the year. So, all right, listen, I agree with you. We never, sometimes we don't get the debate on this show because we disagree. It sucks sometimes, but it's all right. Great minds think alike, right? I'm with you. Yep. It's receiver. Linebacker, I'd say come talk to me about week 16, week 17, and then let me know what you think of Dorian Williams because he already looks pretty solid. Terrell Bernard, you already seen what we're getting from him. Barring no injuries, no health scares, those guys are going to be problems by the time the playoff come. They're going to be seasoned. Defensive line, you got Von Miller back. You're pretty much set there. Obviously, you lost Daquan Jones. You had depth at defensive tackle already. You had Poona Fort inactive. So you sat there. Obviously, the injury of Trey White. Kyrie Elam, I think Elam's going to be fine. I think that we saw a lot better Kyrie Elam against the New York Giants on Sunday Night Football. Obviously, there's a big difference there's a big difference in not guarding Calvin Ridley for an entire game and then going to, Hodgins and Darius Slate and things as such. Those guys are all good football players, no disrespect, but none of those guys are Calvin Ridley and the level that Calvin Ridley is and Calvin Ridley has been. Let's just be real. And it's a lot harder to guard Calvin Ridley when you're literally coming right off the street because he wasn't playing for the first 4 or 5 games. Very difficult task to do. So, with that being said, it brings me running back. Well, I wouldn't mind seeing a running back added to the practice squad. Like I said, like a Leonard Fournette was going to be. I personally think that move didn't happen because Leonard Fournette, I don't think Leonard Fournette is going to join anybody's practice squad.
Nope.
Ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. So I don't see it. Listen, it's not going to happen. He's not at that point yet where he's going to do that. So quarterback, nope, all set there. Got a backup, got a starter. Brings you to no receiver. And I will say this too. Spencer Brown has played a lot better football. He's been playing a lot better football moving forward since the first couple of games of the season. If I criticize, I'll criticize, but I will give flowers when they are due. Spencer Brown has played a lot better football. So it brings me to receiver. Bring me back to our guy Rob's question. Slot or what kind of receiver are you thinking? Now, me and you had a lengthy conversation on this. I'm for Jerry Jeudy. I think Jerry Jeudy is probably the easiest attainable because there's a lot of friction there in Denver. I think he's interchangeable, could be outside, inside guy. I like his contract. We said this on the show last week. It's controllable. It's a 5-year option on it. It gives you some insurance in case you lose Gabe Davis following this season. But there's another guy that is also in Denver, where it brings me to your point of give me an outside guy. That guy is Courtland Sutton. Now, and you know what? It's funny because a couple weeks ago, I didn't think about Sutton at all coming here because I'm so tied up on getting a receiver that can get separation that I didn't realize. If you bring a Courtland Sutton in, back to your point, James, you could then slide Stephon Diggs into the slot. Sutton gives you something that you have. Actually, Sutton gives you something that Josh Allen has never had because you didn't use Duke Williams and you never used Isaiah Hodgins. It gives you a big body receiver on the outside that can make contested catches. As big as Gabe is, that's not his game.
No, he plays more 5'11", than 6'2", 6'3"-ish. Mm-hmm. He doesn't play that way. He could play. I don't want people to think I'm saying he's not good, but you need somebody who can create separation.
You know what else Courtland Sutton gives you? Just what we were speaking about before. Contract control. Another controllable contract. he got his new deal before receivers are completely breaking the bank. But he has 3 years. Well, after this year, he has 2 years remaining on this deal with cap hits of $17.3 million, which we would say that's probably in the range that Gabe Davis is probably going to get in free agency. Yeah. Maybe a tad less. It could be a tad more, but you're right at that number already. I think that's something they look into. I think that's the guy that you could probably get, like you said, a 3rd round pick. We're already going to be headed for a compository pick for Tremaine Edmonds, most likely. So if you trade this 3rd round pick, you're probably going to get one back in general. So it becomes a wash. I don't see anything else we need.
Yes, let it play out. Let's let him play.
Which brings us back to Dorsey. You got to give Dorsey something else.
Yep.
So this is what it is, man. I don't know. I mean, that's all I pretty much got. Is there anything else that you like to talk about tonight? Anything else you want to bring up? Anything you got to say? Anything?
Bills, go get a receiver. Bills, go get a receiver. I want to send a special shout out to my younger brother Terrell Ford. Still one of the best returnmen in the country. The Bills need to sign him. We need a returner. He's being inducted into the Kenmore West Hall of Fame on Friday evening. So congratulations to him. We got another Hall of Fame dinner. Very excited about that. Ceremony is Friday. So congratulations to my younger brother. He's the truth. Also, UAS, Blaze, Travel, 707 football in the West New York area. Got anybody interested? Registration now open. UASnation.org. Register. I got D. Quarterback coach. You got a quarterback. The quarterback will be working with him directly. He's comment right there, Devon Jones. Also, Buffalo Vets. Good luck to all of our Buffalo Vets teams. All 4 teams will be competing this weekend, this Saturday. Semifinals. Let's go Vets Nation. Wish us luck.
That's it, man. I wish I could be there to support you guys. Can't make it up this time around, but like I said, I'll be there in spirit. I have my vet shirt on Saturday. Still got my vet shirt. Still got my helmet floating around. I used to put it on from time to time. I got to figure out put it. Still fits too.
Yeah,
still fits when we were 7 years old. Me and Jay, what were we, like 6 years old on the same team?
Yep, I got the program with our names on the roster too.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to post that one day. That's funny. Yeah,
I got it. I will send it to you.
Hell, honestly, the jersey may damn fit still. So we'll see.
We got them. We got those jerseys.
You got them. You gotta. Let me see that one day. But no, man, I want to say, definitely congratulations to your brother Terrell. I know Mama Ford is definitely proud right there. Having two inductions in the last couple of weeks. She gonna have so many induction trophies. She can be tired of going to them. Time this all said and done. But no, congratulations to Terrell. And no, he needs to be on some roster somewhere. I'm pretty sure it's going to come sooner than later. Like I said, I know he's out there training and working hard. So keep doing what you're doing, Terrell. Like I said, your time will come. But no, overall, I'm with you. Bills need to go get a receiver. I think that's going to open up that offense 110%. I just think that as a fan base, listen, let's lay off Ken Dorsey a little bit. Lay off him. He's one of the top 5 best offensive coordinators in the league right now. This is one of the top 5 best offenses in the league. I know between the last 2 weeks, it has not looked like it, and I'd be the first to say it. I think that Jaguar game a lot was due to jet lag. This Giants game, it was the execution. 110%. 110% execution.
Who else will game plan better for you than somebody that's been in your building for 4 years?
And also, too, James, we have to give credit to Wink Martindale too. Wink Martindale ain't no chump. We'll call him defenses. All right, he's been around a long time, and and this is what he does. And a guy like him, he gets up for a game like that. Okay, so
absolutely.
No, let's lay off Dorsey a little bit. They'll get it rolling. We're 4-2. We got the Patriots coming up once again. Right game, right time. It's not going to be an easy game. We'll do a preview later on this week, I'm thinking, about the Patriot game. But right game, right time. They need to get it clicking. I agree with Sean McDermott. Office has to get in rhythm earlier. But he also made another comment. I don't know if you saw this today. They asked him, and I thought it was such a stupid question. They asked him, did you think that they could turn over the play calling duty to somebody else? And McDermott pretty much answered, verbatim, 0 chance. I don't get it sometimes. I just don't get it sometimes. I don't. I really don't. I think some questions are just really stupid, and I don't know. Either way, that's our show tonight. 3 things to leave you with. Let's make some moves. Let's show some respect to Ken Dorsey's. And at some point, please give Tyrod Taylor his damn flowers. That's it. We ain't saying the Hall of Fame jacket. I ain't even saying a spot on the Wall of Fame. Just give him some flowers. Just show him some respect, man. Guys showed a lot of love to this city. So, on that, James, great show. We'll be back. We may be back later this week. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get over a preview show. I know me and James have been talking about kind of restructuring some things, and maybe trying to do 2 shows a week, maybe a post game show after Sunday, and then maybe leaving a Wednesday show or something like that for a preview for next week. We're gonna figure it out though. You guys will know. And I gotta start getting the stuff on Spotify. But as always, thank you for tuning in. This is nothing personal, just Buffalo. It's sponsored by Checkers and Batavia Downs Gaming. Memorabilia Expo Legends Stars is coming up. I'm going to be posting about that. Terrell Bernard, Dawson Knox, Dane Jackson off the top of my head. Our guy Berkey's going to do a great job over there. I won't be there this year, unfortunately, but you'll be releasing information about that. And guys, thank you for always tuning in. And catch you later. Peace.